The name Impreza conjures up all kinds of images, from rally drivers doing massive jumps to boy racers with massive exhaust pipes. And whatever their image is, it's generally quite hardcore, and that's thanks to the STI and WRX models. But today, we have the RS. Yes, even though a lot of manufacturers reserve the RS badging for their most insane machinery, Subaru have given it to their rather demure entry-level Impreza. In their own words, this car is for those on the way to the top, which is a polite way of saying, sorry pal, you can't afford the one you really want. It's taken that Impreza heritage and watered it down a bit. Now, compared to the hatchback shape, the sedan version is a lot less offensive, although the RS version has lost some of the muscle of the WRX. They've left the majority of the bulgy bits attached, with the only really noticeable exception being the bonnet scoop. At the back, they've kept the spoiler and the diffuser, and together with the twin tailpipes, it makes for a very nice view, even if the light clusters look like they've been lifted off a Kia Rio. I really like the look of this Subaru. Overall, it's an attractive package, distinctive without being funny looking. And just like the exterior, there's not much left off the interior, although that's probably because there wasn't much here to start with. It's all well laid out and simple to use, but don't expect any luxury. The materials are good, not great, and the spec level is about what you'd expect at the price. The best thing in here are the seats. Bucket-type things that are covered in a great material and are really comfortable, besides promising some sort of fun behind the wheel. Standard stuff includes, well, the standard stuff: climate control, cruise control, multi-function steering wheel, electric windows and mirrors. There's nothing features or looks-wise that makes this interior anything special. It's like an office. Functional, comfortable maybe, but you don't exactly miss it when you're not there. And the interior sets the tone for the rest of the car. So here we have the 2-litre 4-cylinder non-turbo with 110 kilowatts and 196 newton meters. Top speed is 197 kilometers an hour, 0 to 100, 10 seconds dead. Dead being the operative word here. The RS has the typically lazy Subaru startup, and it doesn't get much better from there. Now, ordinarily, boxer engines, and especially the ones that Subaru makes, have a great sound to them, but unfortunately, the RS only starts sounding half decent once you're past the 4,500 RPM mark, and that doesn't do much for your fuel consumption, or your relationship with the neighbors. But the RS's woes are all down to the gearbox, which has such incredibly long ratios that it seems like it takes forever to make any kind of progress. There's just no real power band, and you have to downshift more often than you expect. And that's just not very Subaru-like. The shift action itself feels fine, but the letdown is the lack of any real go once you've changed. There is a 4-speed automatic available, and if you're thinking about parting with 269,000 Rand for an Impreza, it might just be worth chucking in an extra 10 grand for the auto. At the very least, even if you're an ardent fan of double declutching, take it for a test drive. They've kept the symmetrical all-wheel drive, thankfully, because that's the most exciting thing in this car. Although, again, thanks to the gearbox, you don't get any real power coming out of a corner on a suburban road, so you never get to feel the grip of the car. Nope, for RS drivers, the all-wheel drive is there purely for safety. And that's a bit of a letdown, because Subaru know how to make cars that feel fantastic when being driven hard, and that's just about impossible in the Impreza RS. So, sensible it is then, not a word you usually ascribe to a Subaru. The original idea of the RS was to give new customers just a taste of what Subaru was about, without the massive power or the clever and very expensive adjustable differentials. But this car is just a little bit too watered down, and neither fans of the brand nor newcomers will be too impressed. With only 110 kilowatts and 196 newton meters on tap, the RS just isn't able to live up to the Impreza's dynamic reputation, with the tall gear ratios making matters even worse. Still, it's an attractive sedan with a well-kitted interior and high comfort levels, while sure-footed handling adds further appeal. Pity about the castrated performance though.